In the current political climate, nuclear power can be the key to successfully combating the disastrous effects of global climate change. The current president has spoken at length about the economic potential of the nuclear industry.
I'm in favor of nuclear energy, very strongly in favor of nuclear energy.
With this support and strong environmental impacts, we would recommend the expansion of nuclear energy. We have found, however, that a successful nuclear policy would need to fully address three critical components. It would need to remove the stigma around nuclear energy, it would need to responsibly contain nuclear waste, and it would need to mitigate the high capital costs associated with the construction of nuclear power plants. The largest hindrance to nuclear expansion has been the negative public stigma around nuclear energy. Due to a few highly publicized disasters, many individuals and even some green organizations have turned their backs on nuclear. The portrayal in pop culture and association with atomic weaponry has only added to this fear. We've already seen states defund projects in response to the public's concern.
Its generation has declined 7% over the last 10 years.
However, even when considering disasters, nuclear is still a relatively safe option with high environmental payout. There's a need for a strong marketing campaign from the Department of Energy and related branches to dispel the myths around nuclear and clearly explain the science backing it. In addition, increased funding for up-to-date technology can tangibly reduce the risk of potential disaster. An oft-cited and perhaps justifiable concern with nuclear energy is the proliferation of radioactive waste. There is a compelling need for a long-term safe storage option. Research into the recycling effort already being explored in Europe should be supported. In the meantime, a safe storage facility needs to be funded and implemented. Located 1,000 feet below dry rock, yet 1,000 feet above the water table in the deserts of Nevada lies Yucca Mountain, the perfect location. The project was approved in 2002, but funding was terminated in 2011. Fortunately, President Trump is a firm believer in Yucca Mountain. He actually allocated $120 million of the 2018 fiscal budget to restart the Yucca Mountain repository. This, or a similar safe storage facility, is critical to making a nuclear future marketable and realistic. The final deterrence for corporations considering investing in nuclear power is the high initial cost.
Currently, 54 reactors are under construction in 13 nations and 33 are badly delayed. Toshiba says it expects to suffer a hit of several $billions.
As nuclear energy requires a large amount of capital, government incentives are required to develop new nuclear plants. In June of 2016, the United States Department of Energy had announced that it would invest $82 million in nuclear energy research, facility access, cross-cutting technology development, and infrastructure. In addition to continued funding, subsidies or tax incentives should be considered to combat initial economic concerns. The fact of the matter is, with the extremely low operation costs and extremely efficient energy potential, nuclear energy is economically savvy in the long run. Increased research coupled with an industrial shift can only increase this payoff. We expect a policy that comprehensively addresses these three issues to be politically and environmentally sound.
Let's figure out what we're going to do about the waste and the cost if we think nuclear should be a part of the solution. But this issue of energy and global warming has the promise of creating millions of new jobs in America, so it can be a win-win if we do it right.